doing it for the last time. For now, anyway. Who dares wins.
Welcome to Who Dares Wins, and of course it's Christmas, and Christmas is a very magical time when miraculous things happen, when a star appeared in the east, when a world war was stopped for a friendly game of football, and when John DeLorean was acquitted of fraud. But we've just heard that the man who hit Neil Kinnock over the head with a rolled-up newspaper in a restaurant said he always does that to Welshmen, otherwise they spread germs over the food.
Racing driver Nigel Mansell says that the burst tyre that cost him the World Championship has also cost him a sponsorship deal with Durex.
Fears for President Reagan's sanity increase as he tries to blame the Iran scandal on his teddy bear.
Former MI5 spy chief Sir Roger Hollis has been sent to the news recently, but what is the truth of the man? One person who thinks he knows is freelance journalist Pat French. Now, Pat, what have you been able to find out about the man?
Well, from my investigations into the case, I'm certain that during his entire time with MI5, Sir Roger Hollis was in fact working for someone else.
The KGB?
No, Stay Snug double glazing.
So, you're saying that MI5, the British Security Service, was infiltrated by a double glazing salesman?
Yeah. The facts bear no other possible interpretation, Rory.
Why?
Well, during the 1930s, a group of Cambridge homosexuals became bored with communism and they developed an interest in double glazing. And it was during this time that they were recruited by Stay Snug, who realised there was a fortune to be made selling double glazing to all the officers of British intelligence.
And this was Hollis's sole interest in MI5?
Oh, no, there was loft insulation, draft excluded.
It's not, it doesn't exactly square with what Peter Wright is claiming in Australia.
No, but Wright has his own reasons for wishing to discredit Hollis.
What are they?
Well, during the 1960s, Hollis sold Wright some double glazing. And for 20 years, there's been a dead bee stuck inside it.
But what about all the other security scandals? Anthony Blunt, for instance.
Well, Blunt was, of course, working for Woolworths.
Woolworths.
Yeah, in the paintings department. He stole several of the Queen's pictures and resold them to Woolworths. For instance, that green lady with the red lipstick, that was originally one of Her Majesty's portraits. All the horses coming out of the
Oh, yes, the fluffy kittens.
That's right, yeah, and the clowns and the girl with the little tears.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Well.
Forgive me, Pat, but a lot of people are going to have great difficulty believing what you claim.
Well, I can only assure them that all this information came from high-ranking sources.
Who?
Sir Robert Armstrong.
So it must be a complete load of bollocks, then?
Yes, I suppose so. Unless he unwittingly misled me.
Oh. Reports are coming in of a tremendous clash in the House of Commons. Apparently, Norman St. John Stevens was wearing a blue dress with brown swingbacks.
And here's a taste of our late night offering. A classic love story set in Lapland, below zero. We warn you that the following is of a sexually explicit nature and may offend some viewers.
By my calculations, we're about 600 miles from the nearest help. Could take them months to find us. We've been here, what, 6 days?
Captain can't hold out much longer.
We've got to eat to survive. We've got to find something to eat.
Yes. Something to eat.
Or some... thing.
Something... meaty.
What are you looking at me for?
I'm not looking at you.
You were looking at me as if...
As if what?
As if you're going to eat me.
Eat you. The very thought.
Mind you, your airline advertisements do state that the hostesses are there to gratify the passengers' every need.
What?
Only joking.
It's not very funny.
Well, you are staff, aren't you?
Oh, come on, for God's sake, we're not animals.
I'm sorry, it's a disgusting thought. I'm sorry. Even to consider eating a fellow human being while he's still alive.
I'm going.
Oh dear, how sad.
Get away from him! I don't know what you're thinking.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, listen. I don't want to die in vain. I want my body to be of use to my fellow men after I die.
Oh, that's very decent of you, Captain.
I want my body to be donated to medical science.
Oh, bloody hell.
But he did crash the plane. I mean,
For God's sake, he flew into a mountain.
how do you fly into a bloody mountain? I mean, mountains hardly leap out of side turnings, how you do they?
The man is dying.
Well, I know he's dying.
Quiet. He's gone. I think somebody should say a prayer.
Right. Lord, for what we are about to receive... I'm sorry. Lord, look down upon this dear, departed, lean,
Right. That's it.
deep-fried...
I'm going to go and find something to eat, anything. Anything.
We should give him a decent burial.
Yeah, suppose we should make a start on a gravy. A grave.
Look, for the last time, you're not eating the
No,
captain.
when I said gravy, it was a slip of the tongue. I meant grave.
We're saved. Look what I've found in the wreckage. Airline lunches.
Right. All those in favour of eating the captain, put their hands up.
He was young and handsome and in love. She was young and beautiful and in love. They were destined for each other's arms, but one inescapable truth kept them apart. They were in different fields.
Well, now it's career spot, and tonight it's so you want to be a gamekeeper. And we have with us Charlie McGillis. Now, Charlie, has gamekeeping changed much in recent times?
Indeed it has, Julia. We've had to keep up with the times, become more commercial. And these days we cater mainly for the tourists, for the Americans, the Japanese, the Germans.
I see, and do you have any particular problems?
But a few. It's quite difficult trying to explain to them you're only supposed to shoot the birds, you see.
Oh, I see.
We've lost quite a few beaters like that. But we're trying to alleviate the problem by making the birds easier to shoot.
Well, any success?
Yes, we just crossed a pheasant with an ostrich. And we caught this huge game bird which sticks its head in the ground and allows you to blast away to your heart's content.
Oh, really?
Yes, marvellous. But still, there are people who miss.
And presumably the modern gamekeeper should try and cater for those as well.
Well, we feel that we have to. Allow me to demonstrate one quite popular method with this rabbit. Here we are. Oh, here we go. Now, there we are. With this double-barrel shotgun and this carrot. Now, you simply put the carrot in one barrel, and then when the little rabbit starts to nibble away, there you go. Bingo!
I see, yes, well, that's marvellous.
Yeah.
And
Always works.
it would take an idiot to miss with that, wouldn't it?
You're right, Jack Charlton did, yes. And so did Prince Philip, in fact. And it's for that reason we've pioneered this little fella here.
What's that?
Here we are. Pretty much moron-proof, we've found. Although the bird isn't really fit for eating afterwards. Still, everybody goes home with a trophy.
Well, that's marvellous. Now, I understand, Charlie, that you've been improving on the traditional double-barrel shotgun.
We have indeed. We've in fact invented this.
Well, surely that's a flamethrower.
Correct. You can't miss with this, and it barbecues the bird at the same time. The perfect Christmas gift, we found.
Wonderful, marvellous. Well, thank you very much, Charlie. And following the news that CIA Chief William Casey has been unable to give evidence in the Iran scandal due to a brain tumour, President Reagan has ordered all his staff to have one.
Well, hello again. And tonight on review, we thought we'd take a look at what's going to be on your TV screens this Christmas. Rory, what will you be looking at?
Well, there's no way I'm going to miss the Christmas edition of that really comical and tasteful sitcom, Allo, Allo. Of course. And it's a particularly funny episode. In this one, all the wacky characters at Renee's hotel get tortured and executed by the Gestapo. I'm really looking forward to that. What about you, Ted?
Well, of course, my eyes will be glued to the big TV films, including this year's Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. And a tip to viewers here, don't adjust your sets, because Roger Moore really is bright orange.
That's right, yes. Oh, and there's,
What?
Ice and Fire. That's Torvill and Dean doing their marvellous ice skating routine.
Oh, yes. Well, that should get a very big audience, shouldn't it?
Oh, yes, there'll be about 30 million people sitting at home saying, I bet they do, you know.
Yeah. Anything else exciting?
Oh, there's the hidden camera practical joke programme Beadle's about.
About what?
About to get punched in the throat, I hope. And I see they've made a sequel to Absolute Beginners.
Oh, that's right, yes. And in this one, David Bowie plays a singing testicle.
That's right, yeah.
It's called Absolute Bollocks.
Enjoy your burger. Next. Thank you. Enjoy your burger. Next.
I'd like...
Too slow. Next.
but I'd like...
Still too slow. Next.
I'd like a hamburger, please.
Good, that's better. This is a fast food establishment. Thank you. Next.
Excuse me.
Finish. Do come again. Next.
Hang on.
Next.
My hamburger.
There you are. Thank you. Next.
Look, can I go and sit down somewhere?
Sit down.
Yes.
Over there. Next. Enjoy your burger. Right, you had 20 seconds. Okay, friend. That's 20 seconds you've had, and still you haven't eaten that burger. So eat it. I said, eat it. Good. Now get out. Have a nice day.
And now the news, read by Sue Carpenter.
The headlines tonight: violence has flared once again in South Africa, and President Reagan has clashed with Congress over arms sales to the Contras in Nicaragua. Good evening. There's been widespread rioting in the South African township of Soweto, where government troops have reportedly opened fire on black demonstrators. Mark Benson reports. And I'm sorry we seem unable to bring you that report at the moment. We'll bring it to you as soon as we can. President Reagan has attacked Congress for blocking his $3 million aid deal for the Contra rebels in Nicaragua. In a televised speech earlier today, President Reagan appealed to the American people for their support in fighting communism. And I'm sorry, that wasn't President Reagan. It was, in fact, Leslie Crowther. Obviously, a few gremlins. We'll get them sorted out as soon as we can. The teachers' unions have reacted angrily to the latest pay offer by the local authorities. The National Union of Teachers are calling for a resumption of industrial action in protest at the breakdown in negotiations over teachers' pay. Meanwhile, in a speech in Brighton today, Education Minister Kenneth Baker once again reiterated the government's view that teachers' pay should be linked directly to results. He also called for the clarification of the contractual duties of teachers, saying that what the public most wanted from its education system was quality and value for money. And some news just in: there's been violence on the picket line at Selborne Colliery, where miners have called a strike in protest at the dismissal of 42 of their colleagues. The clash began when police charged to disperse them. And we'll have more more on that story later on in the programme. Prince Charles has again criticised Britain's builders and architects. In a speech to the Royal Institute of British Architects, the Prince called for a return to the more traditional styles and greater emphasis on the needs of the local community. He also chastised Britain's builders for developing use. Meanwhile, there's deadlock over the common market fisheries policy. Britain is pressing for stricter quotas to prevent overfishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Carpenter! Sue, you demonstrated some of the great skills you need to be a top-class newsreader, great composure there. And what else does it take?
Well, I think you have to be genuinely interested in current affairs and world events generally, because some of the news stories are very complex.
Sure, yeah. Indeed, one question I'm sure we'd all like answered is, what's the money like? the Wang, I mean, it must get a good whack for this lot, do you?
Well, it's not bad, yes, but then you do work very long and sometimes very unsocial hours, you know, but, well, the job's exciting and very stimulating.
Luncheon vouchers? You must get luncheon vouchers, do you? Do you get a car thrown in?
No.
It's pretty easy stuff what you do, isn't it?
Well, it's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, come on, all you do is you come in, you sit there in your free clothes, read off whatever the idiot card says, then all you got to do is shuffle your papers at the end, put your pen away and collect your cheque. It's a double.
Well, it's not that easy. Do you want to have a go?
Oh, yeah, I'll have a go.
Come on, then.
All right, yeah.
Come on.
Thanks.
The news read by Rory McGrath. Rory, you're supposed to read them out loud.
What?
Read them out loud.
Sorry. Sorry, I got involved there. Right. Can I have the theme tune again, please? Good evening. Neil Kinnock has reiterated his claim that a Labour government would never compromise the defence of Britain. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Nigel Lawson.
Rory, you can't do that.
What?
Well, you're not supposed to read an item and then go, tuh. You can't voice an
all right,
opinion.
yeah, sure, yeah, all right. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Nigel Lawson, today announced that due to the drop in revenue from British oil, he may have to increase taxes in the next budget. Sport now. I didn't voice an opinion.
No, but you made a gesture.
Oh, you see, I've got to sit idly by and announce that Lawson's going to bleed us dry too. Oh, that's very clever, isn't it?
Now, don't get worked up about it.
Do you want to see my last bank statement? Do you want to see what... The government took a third of everything. Stole a third of it.
Well, you're not supposed to comment on it.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps if newsreaders spoke out more and didn't sit idly on the fence, perhaps they wouldn't get away with it, eh? Have you ever thought about if you lot actually put your foot down, the news would read like it should do? Bong, Nigel Lawson is a kleptomaniac. Bong, Bobby Robson is an idiot. But, what are you looking at me like that for?
I don't think you're cut out to be a newsreader.
Why not? I can look like Jan Leeming in a certain light.
Maybe, but I think you get too involved.
Hmm.
How about being a weather forecaster?
Oh, all right, yes, I'll have a go. Yeah. No problem. Good evening. And now the weather. God, look at this piss-awful weather, eh? Bloody awful cunt. I'm going to live in Lanzarote now. I'm fed up with this.
Paco Rabanne for men. Romantic. Exciting. Original. Timeless. Unforgettable. Paco Rabanne. What is remembered is up to you. Bezique. It's the taste that puts the into Bezique.
A tale of choicest blend. brook pond choicest blend. Many leaves may grow, but few are chosen.
Which of our videos shall we watch tonight?
Blue switch.
Elvis. Or even Kelly's Heroes.
What video shall we watch tonight?
I'm home. Collect MGM videos for $9.99 or less and put a lion on the box.
The Tefal Super Safety Fryer isn't the only fryer you can buy, but it's the safest fryer you can buy, because only the Tefal Super Safety Fryer has a sealed locking lid and wind-down basket, so it fries all kinds of delicious food perfectly without spilling or splashing. Now, why didn't anyone else think of that? The Tefal Super Safety Fryer. We have the technology because we have the brains.
This is the famous Budweiser beer. Budweiser's exclusive beechwood aging gives it a distinctive clarity and a clean, crisp taste that makes it like no other beer in the world. That's why we say Budweiser, the best reason in the world to drink beer.
Thank you. Well, more of your letters have been flooding in. Dear Rory, I have an unusual name. Every time people hear it, they burst into laughter. Should I change it? Yours... I gotta shake it. Look at this. Look at that. All right, sorry, I'll tell you what, you can read the next one out, actually. While it's Christmas. Would you like to read that out? Go the mic in, please. Nice and loud.
I'm sorry to have to tell you the results of the test are positive. So
That's the wrong letter, that. Here's another one from Clara of Newcastle. Dear Rory, I'm a housewife and we've had a gas man round to fix our central heating and I've developed a wild sexual obsession with him. Is this normal? No, it isn't. Gas men don't usually come round and fix anything. But they normally wait till you're out and push a card through the letterbox. Some late news here. An RAF spokesman says they preferred AWAC to Nimrod because of AWAC's versatility. They say as well as providing sophisticated airborne radar, it can double as a novelty coffee table.
Down 200. 200 feet, sir. Steady out.
She's right above us, sir.
Stop both engines. All stop, sir. Silent running.
What's all that noise, comrade?
Oh, that's just the British doing silent running again.
What else?
Well, diet is becoming an increasing obsession, and with me in the studio tonight, I have Dr. Mark Anstey, who's going to have a look at the daily food and drink intake of some of the members of the Who Dares Wins team.
Hello.
Hello, Doctor. Well, first of all, let's start with Jimmy Mulville's daily intake, shall we?
Yes. Is he by any chance on a high-fibre diet?
Yes, I think so.
And is he losing weight?
I don't know, none of us have been able to get near enough to find out. Let's move on to our director, John Stroud. This is his daily diet.
Yes. Could I ask a question about John?
Please do.
Is he still alive?
Why, is this amount of alcohol dangerous?
No, but this amount of pork scratchings is.
Yes, I see that. This is Julia's daily diet.
She eats grass.
Yes.
Isn't that a bit odd?
No? Oh, you're thinking of Julia Hills. No, this is Rory's pet rabbit, Julia.
I see. Well, maybe we could have a look at Rory's diet then.
By all means. There's Julia.
That's Julia.
That's right, yes. Rory is very callous about his pets.
Yes, I see. Cheers, sir. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Bloody scrounging dustmen. You only see them at Christmas. If you don't tip them, they empty the bins over your car. It's pathetic. Wasn't £5 enough?
Hi. Morning, sir.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were the dustman.
No, sir, I'm a civil engineer, sir.
Oh?
And on behalf of the Association of Civil Engineers and Chartered Surveyors, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Ah, you don't understand, sir. You know. Merry Christmas from the Civil Engineers, sir.
You want a tip?
Well, a little something for the boys at Crimbo, sir. Merry Christmas. That is a pity, sir. You do use that Western flyover to get into work in the morning, do you?
Yes.
Very funny things, flyovers. Very temperamental. They need a lot of civil engineering. 1 minute, solid as a rock. Next minute, you're flying through the air in your brand new Volvo.
Are you threatening me?
No. Good suspension on the new Volvo, is it, sir?
Sorry?
Well, could it bounce about 150 feet? Could it bounce? Otherwise, you know, smashed up.
All right.
Yes, it's terrible business.
There's a fiver. Thank you very much.
There are 4 of us in the office.
All right, 20 quid.
Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas out for the Civil Engineers, sir.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, are you going abroad with the family this year, sir?
Yes.
By plane?
Yes, why?
George?
Merry Christmas from the air traffic controllers, sir.
I don't believe it.
You wouldn't believe how overcrowded those airlanes can get. One lapse of concentration and it'd be raining 747s all over the shop.
I don't believe it.
Merry Christmas from the nuclear power workers, sir.
Stop, love.
Just a bit of Yuletide blackmail.
Oh, no.
Air traffic controllers, nuclear power workers.
RAF.
RAF?
Yeah, they were round here yesterday. Wanted a Christmas box. I told them to clear off.
Later on, we'll be asking important questions like, why has Roland Rat got Durex for ears?
They're in there. Oh, convert and do something.
Hello? Hello? Who are you?
Morning. Vermicide UK. You called us.
Oh, the woodworm people.
Not only woodworms, sir. We exterminate any household pest.
Christ! What's that?
Oh, that's Simon. Simon! He's one of our best operatives.
But we've only got a touch of woodworm in the skirting board.
Not anymore.
What, no more woodworm?
No more skirting board. Skirting board! Perfectionist, our Simon.
They've killed little Joey.
for germs. Psittacosis.
Skirting board!
And not now, Simon. It's nearly lunchtime. It's a workaholic, this boy.
That budgerigar belonged to my mother.
Mother! Oh, well, your wife did say the old girl was a bit of a pest, sir. Mummy?
Mummy?
It's horrible. Not one of Simon's best, granted. Tell you what, we won't charge for the neighbours.
The neighbour?
No more dogs barking in the middle of the night, eh?
I only mentioned it in passing.
Oh, you bloody maniac! Maniac!
No! Honey, stop it, Vernon!
Vermin!
No, Simon. Vernon. Not vermin. Vernon.
Vermin!
No, not vermin. Vernon.
Vermin! Vermin!
Sorry about this.
Prince Charles has just been rushed to hospital for an emergency operation to remove Alistair Bennett's tongue from his rectum.
There are strong rumours in the White House that President Reagan will soon be travelling to Europe for another summit, after Nancy was seen sewing name tapes onto his clothes.
Well, we're very fortunate and very privileged to have with us live in the studio tonight the amazing Terry and Wang.
Hello.
Lads, it's great to have you on the show.
It's marvellous to be here, Julia.
Julia.
And of course, I mean, looking back over the year, it's been a very busy, very successful year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Knockout.
I mean, there's been the film with Attenborough.
Yes, dear clever Dickie.
Clever, dear Dickie.
What a clever Dickie.
Surely you mean David Attenborough?
Oh, no, we've moved on from that.
No. No more cutesy nibbling of bamboo shoots for us. Oh, no.
I see.
No, see, we was in danger of becoming typecast.
Yeah, we felt we'd reached a stage in our career where we had to move on.
Yeah.
You know, well, like Sting and like...
Bowie.
David Bowie, yeah. Leaving rock music to go into acting. Leaving what you were known for to go into...
Something you're no good at.
Basically, yeah.
I see. Well, what sort of parts have you been playing then?
Oh.
Well, I've just been starring in a new horror film called We're Panda.
We're Panda?
Yeah, I play a teenager who becomes a psychotic weir panda and then bursts into branches of habitat and eats all the bamboo furniture.
Sounds terrific. And what about you, Terry?
Well, I'm thrilled because I've just been offered a part in Meryl Streep's latest movie. It's about a beautiful New York socialite who falls in love with a panda.
Oh, so you're playing a panda again?
No, I'm playing the New York socialite. Well, you see, Meryl's never played a panda and she wanted to try out the accent.
Yeah. She said she wanted to be stretched.
Yeah, and I am a giant panda after all.
Well, that sounds marvellous, but I have to stop you there, boys, actually, because we've arranged a rather special Christmas surprise for you. There's a very important celebrity guest has come all the way to Limehouse Studios just to pay you the compliments of the season. It is, of course, the president of the World Wildlife Fund, His Royal Highness Prince Philip.
Oh, God bless you, sir. Thank you for coming.
It's just up there, right?
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Well, we've just heard that at the Children of Courage Awards, A special medal for exceptional bravery was awarded to a 13-year-old girl who shared a taxi with Bill Wyman.
There's only one sure and certain way of keeping your lavatory clean. Shit in the airing cupboard.
Hello, sister. We're just putting Mr. Hargreaves back to bed.
Mr. Hart? Well, surely he's meant to be in the operating theatre.
Yep, been there.
Yes, operation was a great success.
Very, very quick.
He's dead.
Oh, no!
He's dead, look!
What a sickener. A perfectly successful operation. You put him back in his bed, and he dies.
Just like that.
A freak.
A fluke.
A freak in a fluke.
Yes. Must one of those new mystery viruses.
Well, there's a lot of it about.
Yeah.
He's covered in blood. He must have died on the operating table.
Let's not be a silly girl, shall we, sister? It was just one of those things, you know, an attack of hiccups, a severed artery, an unavoidable tragedy. Ah, yes, the hand of fate.
Kismet.
It was not kismet. I'm going to speak to the senior registrar about this. Professor Humphreys.
Mr. Virus,
Afraid so.
there's a lot of it about.
I do not believe this. What about the oath you took when you became doctors?
We never squeal.
The Hippocratic oath. You're meant to care about people, be concerned about
very,
human
very
life.
boring. Can I have the death certificate, please?
Certainly, Sir Humphrey.
Yep. Cause of death. Damn bad luck. Date of death tomorrow. Yes, well, that seems fine.
What about his relatives? You might at least apologize.
Being a doctor means never having to say you're sorry.
Right. Well, I'm going to have to report you then.
Reporters?
Yes. The BMA.
Oh, they won't do anything.
Well, they might give us a medal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to report you to the police then, won't I?
Police are investigating the death of a nurse who was found with stab wounds on the steps of Bow Street Police Station. Doctors who performed the autopsy say the cause of death was one of those nasty little bugs that seems to be going around.
My husband's a terrible drunkard. My drug addict son makes me cry. Granddad leaves dead birds in the freezer. My brother's a Mormon, that's why. I want to live in Adland, where cereal creates a good mood, where dogs talk, cats are sweet, and they never excrete, and babies eat all their food. So please let me live in Adland, where husbands are gentle and strong,
nice cooking.
where wives aren't unstable, though they jump on the table and suddenly break into song. I give my family Newblin's tea. I make a nice big pot for them. I give my family Newblin's tea. I hope it chokes the lot of them. So I fast forward all of the programs and just watch the ads in between. But my family still get in the picture. That's why I just want to scream. So please God, let me live there in Adland, where celebrities drop in and say, now just take my advice, sniff my clothes, they smell nice, and yet no one locks them away. But here there's no nice cartoon piglets.
No nice talking chimps bring us tea.
I tell you, my bank doesn't like to say yes. It like to say sod off to me.
So let's all go live in Adland, where toilet rolls never run out.
When you talk to a cheese that says evening please.
And 2 cans drop in for some stout.
We're living in Adland, we're new, we're improved, and we're free. We're naughty but nice, because our for life, because ideas in tanks, because listening banks. We're following the bear, we're flying the flag, we're wacky and hacky and utterly mad. Now that we're living in
Jingle bells.